yet.
Okay.
All right, let's call the LaGrange County Drainage Board meeting to order. I'd like the motion to adopt the agenda with flexibility.
I move to adopt the agenda with flexibility.
Second.
We have a motion by Zach and a second by Glenn to adopt the agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Any additions or corrections to the minutes that were sent around? Seeing none, we have a motion to accept them as presented.
I move to accept the minutes of the previous meeting as presented.
Second.
We have a motion from Zach and a second from Glenn to approve the minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. New business. Scott Ziegler called me and he's running behind. So we're gonna just move him down a second. So Corey, is that all right with you?
Yeah.
So we'll move that one until he gets here and we'll go ahead and start with Kevin Lambright.
I think we're gonna. Yeah.
Or you want to go to, okay.
We can go here.
We can go all the way down to Shipsy. Yep, then they can leave.
Yeah. So over to 5 and 20, we heard this one. Well, you guys heard this one a while ago regarding the parcel there on the east side involving the Brandeberry ditch. They wanted to develop a hotel and convenience store, and we're wondering about encapsulating that. They were told to go to Army Corps to get approval for that. They have that approval now. They're purchasing stream credits and relocating the ditch, encapsulating it.
They're relocating or encapsulating?
They're both.
Both, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you want to go to that next slide, basically taking,
Is North still up?
north is still up, yes. Where the Brandeberry comes in and going up and around the proposed hotel and emptying into a detaining area before it flows on to,
So our drain will be going into their retention pond?
well, the retention pond will become a part of the drain.
That it would be the open ditch part.
And that's where it
Those-
flows into the open ditch.
Have you been over the stormwater calculations for that yet? Or is it still pretty early in the thing?
Still pretty early in the thing, but the size of the pipe, I think the engineer's here to answer any
Oh,
questions.
perfect.
And so I can hand it over to him if you guys have any questions.
I mean, without,
Our office's only concern right now is the access on the west side of the building. It's still at quite a grade to maintain that area. The retention area to the north, to load out any debris and whatnot.
this is also the, excuse me. This is also the drain where on most of it to the east, we've made it so that the landowners have to take care of this. And
Yeah,
it takes their,
so a maintenance agreement would be suggested for this portion as well.
clear to the end of their property.
Yeah.
Right there with the pipe, where
Yeah, I got pulled up here too.
but that's so steep.
But I can hand it over to the engineer. Tom, right? Yeah. You want to go up here? Get your name and address for the record.
Tom Carpenter with AR Engineering out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. So the drain relocation was permitted through IDEM and the Corps of Engineer. It encapsulates the drain from the existing outlet onto the property where it crosses, I believe that's 5. And so it encapsulates the entire drain up to the flared end section that you see illustrated on the north side of that plot. The outlet there are a couple contours there that do close, and there is some volume that is saved there. But those, that basically slows the water down as it exits the pipe and then goes into an open ditch as it leaves the property, the same ditch that it leaves the property now. There is no detention in that redesign for the hotel. The hotel and the developments on the property, that detention will take place in an underground detention and then be released
So-
slowly to the drain as it currently does. Water
So-
falls on the property and it goes to the drain. It will still do that now with a water quality structure and detention underground. You can see that directly coming in from the from I-5. And those two little, they look little, but they're actually quite large, underground detention tubes there. So the drain permit, the calculations, the sizing, and all of that was handled by Morley, another engineering firm. That plan was approved through, as I said, the Corps and IDEM. We're now bringing that here with the illustration of what our intention to develop the property is. The north portion of the property is the hotel, and the south portion is going to be marketed for a retail facility.
What size is the pipe?
The pipe that was approved is a 72-inch pipe.
What's what size? Do you know what size the pipe coming out of the underground retention is?
Off the top of my head, I don't. I believe it's a 24-inch.
That
The
makes
outlet,
sense.
the outlet from detention to the proposed relocation of the drain is a 24-inch, I believe. And that site plan is before the county for review.
So I guess really, yeah, that issue's up to planning commission. So the question really is, are we okay with them relocating our drain? And it'll be up to Zach about how much water they let them put in, not us. Cause I'll go with planning commission. I mean, we can talk to him about it if we want.
I guess as long as there's a maintenance plan in place. I mean,
What,
Yes.
I think we would be leaning towards as steep as that grade is and as little space
right.
as there is back there between the stormwater pond and the outlet's going to the west straight.
It goes northwest.
Kind of northwest.
Northwest out of the,
It's still.
Out of, okay, I see it now.
Purpose, or the reason that the flared end section is located where it is to provide enough space for grading in order to hit the natural drain before it leaves the property, so not having to encroach on any other properties in order to do that.
So, in my opinion, I think it's all right. Sounds like they got everything sized well.
Mhm.
As long as they'd be willing to do the agreement as we've done with all the adjoiners to the east, where maintenance responsibilities
Mhm.
is on them and paying for the legal fees to have it drawn up.
Well, I think that'd be fair too, because like you said, everybody on the east side of the road's doing it. So why would the west side of the road
They
be?
encapsulate, I think it's just be a nice continuation of what we've done the last 6 or 8 months with this drain.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually were the engineer of one of the properties to the east there.
Okay.
They have that, we have that drain maintenance agreement in hand. We're preparing that to send to Zach for review.
So, if you guys agree with me, can someone put it in a motion, please?
I have a motion to, let, where is it?
Holiday Inn Express.
Holiday Inn Express, encapsulate the water, and close the open ditch under the agreement that they would have a maintenance plan in place.
Second.
And cover attorney fees.
Yep. We have a motion by Glenn and a second by Zach to allow the Holiday Inn Express to encapsulate our drain tile and relocate it if they continue with the maintenance agreement and pay for the attorney fees for having it prepared if it's necessary. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Okay. Now that we're out of order, does anybody have a preference?
Who wants to go first? Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Scott.
Okay, yeah, you guys saw this one last month, so should be a refresher. They're coming back for encroaching in the right of way for a generator shed and more importantly, a construction crossing. Scott's here, so I'll hand it over to Scott.
Thanks. Scott Ziegler with Hand of the Plow Surveying, representing Yoders, and they are here this morning as well too. So last time we were before you to connect with tiles coming out of our detention pond, and I guess we should have included more in that request, but here I think we're going to try to cover everything here that we have planned going on with the property. So we do have a plan unit development that's in process. It's went through tech committee. I think it's on the next plan commission meeting. And we've got permits from DNR to fill in the flood way and floodplain, obviously. But in the process of getting some of those final details around, the main thing was we realized that, it'd be really nice to just have a separate construction entrance at the northern end of the property. Our filter is going to be coming from the north and west. So we'd be coming north down that road and then turning in. So it'd just be nicer to not have all that construction traffic going right in front of the building there. So we talked about at least a temporary entrance there, or I think ultimately we'd like to have a permanent entrance there, but at an absolute minimum, we like a temporary entrance there. But we wanted to get with you guys first before we filed with DNR, the permit process, and if you had a preference one way or the other. But our request, I guess, would be that we would have a permanent entrance on the north side of the property there coming in. Our current drive would be more toward the southern end of the property. So we'd have that crossing there, whatever that would entail, either whatever Zach sizes or whatever we have to put in there from the permit from DNR. I believe there are two about 4.5 or 5 inch diameter pipes right now under the current driveway, double ones side by side. And I believe on the road either way at 200 south and 300 south, I think it's larger pipes, and don't quote me, but I'm thinking they're more like a 10-footer possibly, maybe slightly bigger than that. I didn't measure them before the meeting, so I don't know exactly. So we'll do whatever size you guys want, whether it's multiples or single. So one would be the bridge, and then two, the way we've got it designed, we would be no closer than what we are now with the driveway. So whatever that driveway is now, we'll maintain that separation from top of bank, and same way with buildings. So the west side of our buildings would just basically be in a continuous line of what they are, and the same way with the driveway. And then we would have, we've got a septic reserve area. We don't plan on using it anytime soon, but if we ever do need something, it's in the very northwest corner there. We would have that septic reserve area. So basically we'd be encroaching to where our driveway is right now, which would be, I think, within maybe 10 feet of the top of the bank. We understand we may be required to provide maintenance through our section, and I think we're fine with that. If that's a requirement there. The road, obviously, the ditch, if you're not familiar, the ditch goes right up against the road. So if you're working from the west side, you'd be, basically side casting spoils into a truck and hauling that out. If you're working on the west side, on the east side, we've already got our facility there. We're going to have to provide a truck or something to haul material away, that way. So we're going to be involved certainly one way or the other there. So again, that's kind of the overall plan to build out the site. And again, we really can't move east anywhere in the
We
site.
didn't approve this.
No, we approved.
We approved the storm runoff drains, the gutters, and all the downspouts and blah,
Right.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
No, we never talked about this
Right.
last month.
Right. Yeah, we didn't really put on the agenda, or the request did not include all the other stuff because that wasn't phase one. We thought, well, we'll just wait and deal with that in future phases. But as we got into the tech process, the board really preferred that we would deal with all of the potential variances that we would need. And then at the same time, well, it's like I say, we talked about, hey, it'd be nice to have a construction entrance at least on the northern side. And the more we talked about it, it'd really be nice to just have a permanent entrance there. Would kind of help with traffic flow as well too.
If you go ahead and encapsulate that ditch where you want to put the driveway, how much cover are you going to have between over the top of the tile culvert, whatever you put in there?
Well, I guess it would just be the tile. We're not going to encapsulate the whole thing. We'll just leave it all as an open ditch. It would
Right.
it would
Just
be
where the
all-
drive is, though.
Yeah, yeah. We don't want to encapsulate the whole thing. That's way too expensive to do that. But it'd just be another driveway crossing. I would imagine we'd end up with probably a 60-foot long pipe, and then the height or the cover is going to depend on what the size of the tile is. If we have to put, one structure in there to 10 foot, we're going to have minimal cover over that pipe, which I'm guessing that was part of the reason why they had the two smaller pipes, because that ditch, I'm guessing, is probably 12 to 15 feet wide, the actual flow line of the ditch. So, one pipe, even though it's a 10-footer, isn't really, it's going to kind of pinch the ditch anyway. So I think the two, even though it creates a, potential restriction there with logs jamming up against it, probably allows for better flow of water through the, that. So whether we go with a three-sided box culvert or, multiple pipes or a single pipe, the single pipes would probably be 4 or 5 feet of cover if we went with 4 or 5 footers.
So you're going to have at least 4 feet of cover.
If we go with two smaller ones. If we go with a big 10-footer, then we're probably not going to have but a foot or two of cover. So that would be the one concern. If we have to go with one big pipe, we would have minimal cover on that.
But that ditch is rather deep along there.
It is, yeah.
So even a 10-footer, you would still end up with, yeah.
I haven't shot it. I mean, if you
Right.
want those answers, we can
Right.
get those
I
to you.
think, I think that would be something that Zach would.
I mean, I'm okay with it. The only thing I'm concerned about is obviously you're going to have, it's not just cars and pickups and stuff like that. You're going to have
Dump trucks.
dump trucks, loaded trucks going over that, a lot of heavy equipment, which is okay as long as you, and Scott, I'm not saying that you wouldn't think about that, but I just don't want to smash it and whoever's driving have a really bad day.
Yeah, in that case, obviously, whatever size pipe we end up putting in, especially if it's a big one, we'd have to follow, it'd be a lot more specific about bedding and backfill requirements and to make sure we got everything compacted in there well. So I have installed large ones with only as little as 2 feet of cover, but we had to be really careful about making sure everything was compacted very well between a good solid virgin bank, all the way up, or obviously you push down and it pushes out and then you squish the
Right.
pipe. So yeah, compaction is going to be very key on installation there.
And you said Tech Review is one that actually brought this up in Tech Review.
Well, yeah, our thought was, since really the generator, we're going to start our building and work our way east and come around counterclockwise. And the last thing we would do, other than the driveway, would be the buildings, and that would be the last phase would be what would encroach into the drain right away. But they said, well, if we're approving the PDU as shown on the plat, we do have that encroachment. So either we take that stuff out of the the right of way, or we go ahead and get permission to have that in there.
Darren, were you okay with it? And being the minimum distance and having a second driveway? I know
Still 150, right?
Oh, we're
it
way
looks
more
like
than that.
300 or 400, but
Yeah.
I just had with me the 150 between the two drives, and then if it is a construction drive, it has to be taken out within a year on my records. If it's permanent, then it doesn't.
so that's just a difference in permitting at your office, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, if they would have pulled the driver permit without coming here, they would have not been able to cross anyway, so. I told them to come here if they even wanted to think about it.
I'm good with it. As long as they get a size from Zach when he finds out what he wants.
Doing a maintenance agreement on this one too.
I
Corey,
did,
did you
did
talk
we
to Zach
last
at all about that?
did we last month?
I don't think we did last
No,
month.
we didn't. No.
Not
On our last, no, because we were just putting a tile in.
Yeah,
there.
you're just putting tile into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm talking about the drain out by the road. If you got two crossings, I'm Corey, I don't know what you guys think about it.
Because it's so tight, you're saying.
We would opt for that.
Okay.
That would be nice. And then DNR is going to have their own requirements for the crossing as well.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, we haven't got that way. I mean, it's possible if it's temporary structure, we might be able to get a waiver if we can show no rise. But I think our intent at this point is to ask for a permanent structure there. We may end up with a permit to have a temporary structure if the permit to put a permanent one in is going to take way too long. We'd like to get going on construction right away. So we may end up with a permit for just a temporary structure, follow that up immediately with a permit, to have the permanent structure in there. So yeah, it was going to be a construction and a floodway permit one way or the other, or a waiver or exemption for the temporary. So they'll be involved in the sizing of it too.
We could put in the maintenance agreement that it's only if there's a permanent one there. I mean, if they take it out in a year, we probably won't need to have a maintenance agreement, so we can have that contingent upon a permanent crossing.
You good with it?
I move to approve the installation of a permanent driveway for RH Yoder Enterprises LLC, as long as you get a maintenance agreement set up
And pay for the legal fees.
and pay for the legal fees if needed.
I second.
And then what about the building and the generator shed and the drive and that? Is that included in there?
I
thought-
It's separate.
I thought we already approved that, did we?
No, it was.
We didn't approve that last month?
No, it was only the
Drain,
the drain.
downspout drains and
Yeah.
re-diverting the water.
So it's not where it's highlighted yellow, which,
Yes, it
Yes,
is. That,
that's,
that'd be the septic reserve, and then we'd have a generator shed and a building. So basically, the buildings that are there now would just extend north.
so you
I
don't
mean,
encroach, so you don't encroach any more into our.
no closer to
No.
what we are now.
So I think that's what kind of why with the maintenance agreement.
Okay,
The maintenance
Obviously.
agreement is for the driveway going along the ditch.
Well, it's for everything.
Correct.
So
yeah,
that they
everything's
have
shown
to
on the
take care of
PUD.
it.
Length of the parcel.
Yeah,
Length of the parcel.
They would be responsible to, if there's any extra
Them
costs.
putting the
incurred.
buildings, them putting the buildings so close to our,
Yeah.
now they have to take care of it.
So-
Can you clarify a little bit on what exactly is the responsibility of the maintenance agreement?
So
Go ahead.
So with the maintenance agreement, with your parcel line from your north end to your south end, just along that right of way, you will be responsible for maintaining that part of open ditch or your culverts or what, that regulated drain. You're responsible for that. Now that,
So if the county surveyor comes and says, we're cleaning this from here to here, your part's in here.
you're
you
doing
have-
it.
You have to pay for that. You have to hire it done. You have to do it yourself. And you have to bring it up to whatever whatever specifications he wants.
Yeah, I guess that clarifies, because I was wondering, we used to have to end up paying what the contractor is, let's say you guys hire a contractor to do that. we just
But
end
see,
up
he
paying-
won't want to do your part because your part, he can't get his excavator in. So you're gonna have to get your own guy with a mini,
Well,
and,
I mean, there's
or
room.
maybe not, but it would be separated out.
There's plenty of room for them to get through. Their driveway is just on the right of way.
Yeah.
So it's basically
So,
their
can I see
truck,
that?
the-
Site plan.
the
But then these-
trucks to haul it off.
Right.
Just whatever extra costs that,
Extra costs, basically.
So can we do it in a way that we just pay for, because I understand, we gotta take those spoils out, dump truck, whatever. Can we write it up in the way we just pay for that, or, because I would just it makes sense, common sense would say that whoever's hired to clean it, they could clean it, then we could.
You could hire the same person
Hire the same person or
for that
just,
section so that he can just do it as he's going along,
right.
but it would be your responsibility to do that. And if you didn't want that person, you could hire whoever you wanted.
So what happens to we've been paying X amount of taxes the last few years to have it cleaned. And what happens to that?
it's doing this is forfeiting that.
You won't have to pay those taxes anymore on that from this parcel line to this parcel line.
Are you sure?
I don't know about that.
I don't think.
Because they're in the watershed.
You don't think so?
Mm,
They're
Oh,
still in the
'cause they're-
watershed.
they're still in the watershed.
Still
yeah.
benefiting
Their
by having
water-
that
their
drain.
water's still going in there.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so it,
This is just
so
extra.
that's for putting the water in there and that tile that we're letting you put in. So if you want to do this close and have this drive, then this is what we're in trade of being in our right of way. You got, take the responsibility on this in perpetuity. So, you have something, Matt?
Oh, no, I was just gonna, it'd be similar to a lot of the landowners who aren't on the drain physically, but they're still in the watershed, so they pay in.
Sure.
Mhm.
That's understandable. I just didn't know if we had the option of hiring our own contractor, doing it ourselves, or if we just had to flip the bill once your contractor. is hired.
I think you can hire the same
I-
person. Like, I mean, when
I
that
think
comes up,
It'll be flexible. I'm
yeah,
sure
Zach's
it'll be
gonna talk to you guys and say, hey, we're getting ready to do this. You guys are responsible for this part, or whoever the surveyor is at that time, it might be, and you guys may not be around either, right? But some point down the road, whoever owns that parcel is gonna get contact and say, hey, this drain's getting cleaned. You're responsible for it. Here's who we're, bid it out to or getting bids from, and then you can join in that process to either hire them or go with somebody on your own.
And this would be if you guys sell the property, it would go along
Mhm.
with the next property owner.
It stays.
If you don't put the new drive in, then we still be responsible for it?
Yeah, because we're, I think,
Because of the.
yes, because of the
encroachment
building
the-
encroachment.
On the
So
right
this
of
is
way.
kind of a, for having the more buildings in our, and just, because you're choking out all the room for us to work. So that's why, what triggers it.
So that's, we're looking at an existing building of 300 feet. And then we're adding a what, 50-foot building? And that, all of a sudden, we're responsible for the whole thing.
Because prior to this, we weren't responsible for that.
Prior for this, you didn't have a public drainage board. I mean, just that was the difference there, you know, the guys didn't, that were up here.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm okay.
You guys want to think about it? You want to table it for a month?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So we have a motion with a second.
You guys will be preparing the legal documents on that. We'll review that and.
Tony will.
So a motion and a second to approve a permanent crossing with a maintenance agreement for the entire length of their parcel and their, the new generator and building extension.
Basically, everything that's shown on the.
Everything is shown on the site plan. Yep. And fees for having the documents prepared. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott. See you next month with something.
Thank you for that. That helped me a lot. I said it was good, but. Okay.
All right, number 3. Mr. Kevin Lambright wants to clean out a portion of, and I think you guys got the proposal for this. Clean out a portion of the H.W. Vaughn and replace some of the tributary tiles as well.
Correct.
On
The ones in cyan are the ones you're gonna replace,
those 3 tributaries. go in
laterals.
there. And then I think cleaning up to, what was that, 50 North, crossing, and then highway is replacing culvert at some point there.
At 350, I think 350 west.
350 west,
That's the
yeah,
one that needs to be lowered to get.
to get the grade. Yep.
When am I replacing it?
What's that?
When am I replacing it?
When?
At
We
some
heard you
point.
were.
Oh,
So nobody's talked to you about replacing it yet?
not me.
Hmm.
If they haven't, I've been listening. Okay, I'll take notes. Okay. Is it like 3 foot and bigger, or is it smaller than 3 foot?
It's bigger than 3 foot.
That might be on my list this year. I haven't really.
I think it was.
Great, then I would have emailed you.
Yeah.
I might know about it.
Don't quote me on that, but I
It's
think
okay.
I think it's one of them.
I have a lot.
Anyway, Mr. Lambright's here to answer any questions, but we're fine with it. The question then became, would he be able to be reimbursed?
So would-
Initially, we provided Mr. Lambright with a petition to start a maintenance fund for
That's like I
it.
say, it hasn't been, it's not currently on, correct?
It's, I looked through the file, it's never been turned on as far back and when it was referred to as a lateral of East Buck Creek before it got its own name, and that's going back 100 years. So it's always been informal. Let's get 3-4 landowners together and they'll pay for it. This is a little different. You've talked to 3 of the 4 landowners involved.
Yeah, currently, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, seven total with a current of about 20, if my calculations are correct, about 25.58% of the ownership, excuse me.
Okay, so right now you have a petition that well exceeds the 10% requirement to get the maintenance assessment going, to have a public hearing to do that.
That would be my
Yeah.
understanding. If
The only thing I don't know is we've never done the work, turned it on, and then
Well, and
paid
Reimburse somebody.
backwards.
And
That's
we can't do that.
cannot.
No. So if that was the only question I had, was if you wanted to get reimbursed, we'd have to go through the whole process first and get it turned on before you could do the work. Because if we told you could do it and then had a public hearing
And it got turned
and it
down.
got turned down, that would be bad.
Could we go through the hearing, turn it on? I mean, that could
Have
take,
him do the work.
have him do the
and then
work
reimburse
and then
slowly as it comes
reimburse
in.
slowly.
That's fine. As long as it was on, that would be fine. That process takes a little bit of time. I don't know how quickly you're wanting to do this.
Yesterday.
Next month, yeah. That's what I figured.
How about yesterday, next year?
Well, I mean, if you could get 30,000 back, if you wait 6 months, I mean, maybe that's something worth talking about.
How much of this are you wanting to do, Kevin? Everything in red on the screen?
Correct, yeah. The challenge we have with Corey and Zach has helped with, on 50 North there, that culvert has been replaced not all that long ago.
within a decade.
I'm just.
We replace like 20 a year and I can't remember.
You can't, not each one, Theron?
Anyways, point case is we can gain
dare say it's
elevation
at least a 6-footer.
off of that 350 with the elevation shots that I have to drop that in order to do a proper drainage where the three current are that are not. I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it, they're not working their workload.
The laterals, yeah.
So.
I'd like to utilize the property. I mean, I think you guys all know what property costs around here, and
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those things. So, and I'll sit here, I am sitting right now. I have no issues. I understand where you're coming from on the established one before. This life, I guess I'm willing to throw the dice and say, if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Knowing what I heard, I'm not gonna deny that. But time is dollars. You're exactly right, Ben. I don't argue that, but is it?
Yeah.
Worth it? I mean,
Mhm.
I threw it in there because
Doesn't hurt to ask.
Right.
exactly. I mean, I'm not. Well, it'd be my understanding that we would coordinate that.
It's this year.
Well, that
It is this year, Theron?
Yeah, it is on the
Okay.
list to be replaced this year.
Good.
Good thing. Now, did you know that they need it lowered a little bit and that they can?
It's Zach's color, so Zach should fix that.
Oh, okay. So that's
Since
perfect.
it's on,
I've given them a full list of ones I want to switch, and I haven't heard back if they want them bigger or smaller yet.
we still need to do our inventory of those. That's one that I think the size is okay. The grade is there between the existing pipe and going down to 50 North. But we could gain some grade.
Well, like you said, it's more about the laterals to the east that he's
Yeah.
really wants to make happen. So,
Is this a culvert on 350 or 50?
350.
350.
Oh,
is-
okay.
My understanding, 50 is not.
50 is good.
Waste all-
Okay.
Yeah, within a decade,
Yeah.
which is
So that one's low enough. Perfect.
really.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having
that's
fun.
almost a decade. That's
Well,
15 years.
It's almost 2.
Oh, it's just the
Doesn't
other-
feel like it.
just the other day. 2008, it just
So Kevin, were you looking for reimbursement then, or are you okay with moving forward without reimbursement?
I guess if I can leave here today and be assured that you'll give me the clearance and do the legwork to get through them property owners over to 50, I mean, that's worth a lot of headaches to me, and I don't want to mess with it. I
Yeah.
don't know how else to say
Me
it.
personally, I think we need to turn it on. and get money coming in. I know that process is a lot easier, me sitting here versus you two in the office, and I'm glad Zach's not here, but whatever.
Well, this is a much larger watershed than just this portion.
I know, I just looked it up.
Yeah.
It's a big
so
one.
It would be the whole rigmarole of doing a public hearing.
Public hearing.
And lots of angry people.
the-
Yeah, Matt's like, yeah, it's normal.
yeah, that's
But if it's never been turned on and there's a lot of drain in here and something else happens, we're gonna be keep doing this. And I think it'd be good to
And
just,
we could do that in a year or so and turn it on. The concern right now, I think, is how quickly Kevin wants to be able to get this project
Right.
done.
cause you're not gonna get paid, even if you go through this process, you're not gonna see a check for at least a year, minimum.
No, more than that.
5 or 7 years.
You're familiar.
I'm optimistic.
You're familiar with it.
They gotta change the
I just
taxes. It takes a
Laying it
year.
out there, if the opportunity's there, I'm gonna collect it. If not,
Yeah.
and I'm bold enough to tell you right now, if this is stupid or not. If it does get turned on and I go ahead, I still may be back and just present to you and you guys can tell me yay or nay. I mean, you can address that when it gets there.
I don't think we could after the fact. I don't think without going through the process beforehand, if you did it today out of your own pocket and then came back in 3 years, because we did turn it on and said, hey, I'd like reimbursed for that. I don't think that we could use the money for that because we've already.
We had somebody do it and we turned it down, but we didn't get to inspect it as it was going on either. That was like one of our,
They'd already done it.
they'd already done it and they wanted, and we're like, well, we didn't see what you did. So no.
I definitely understand Kevin's position of wanting it done right now.
Yeah, waiting 2
So-
more years isn't, I mean,
Yeah.
you could make that money almost back.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
Farming's not that.
Well, no.
No, but you're spot on. The tiling in the area that is no longer working, that's the concern. And that just keeps getting pushed in more and more from
Mhm.
20 coming that way. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's the pocket.
Right.
Is that
It is.
field, only field you own going west of 350? Are those, any of those yours, those other landowners?
Other landowners west of 350. I'm east of 350.
Have you talked to all those that it goes through?
He said 8,
7.
7.
I'll tell you, Stephen Graver was the one that done the legwork on that because Stephen Graver, Dennis Yoder is on north, I think, Jacob Yoder, Delbert Graver,
Uh-huh.
Mervyn Yoder, and Hillside, Diane, Hosteller.
Post
I
up.
was gonna call her Diane then. Hillside feedlots,
Yep, I'll say 2 lots.
and then Lamprey Farms.
How many more are there that you haven't talked to yet?
Landowners?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, Tony.
A bunch.
Just along the red part?
Oh, I thought you meant the whole
That's-
thing.
That's for the
Oh,
entire
right.
water.
Yeah.
No.
Because if Kevin does it at his own cost, he just has to have permission from the landowners that it's touching.
Yeah.
So it's a different process than if we have to turn on the.
I was gonna, when you're talking about all the people, I was gonna bring that up next. That we don't, because you're working on the drain, you don't have to have all the neighbors. You just have to talk to the people that the tile actually goes through their property. Of
Well,
those, how many have you talked to?
I think I hear your statement there very clearly. My question is, as one of the bullet points, is LaGrange County Drainage Board or the surveyor, Zach or Corey, willing that I can rely on them if they'll do that?
To notify them and say, hey, we got a project coming.
And we're going through.
He'll have to have permission if it's through this process. So we'd have to get all those landowners to sign. I mean, we can do that if you guys want us to. I can draft a document that all the landowners sign. If somebody doesn't, you can't go on their property.
But can Kevin do that to avoid legal fees of you doing it?
If he wants to.
But I think, I don't think I 100% agree with that. I think we've got jurisdiction
This
over
is a
that.
regulated drain, isn't it?
And if he's working for us or with us, I think we can, I know Rex did it before because I've helped landowners do it. That might not have been right. So if
You
you're
would think there'll be
saying,
any issue with getting permission?
you don't know until you ask.
Yeah.
Worst thing you can get told is no.
I mean, it's
And you
free.
just say, well, we have jurisdiction over, Matt, go ahead,
No, I was
please.
gonna ask, like, but don't they have an easement on that? It's been established as regulated drainage.
Regulated drain, it should be an
Yeah, but it's
easement.
not the drainage board doing it and we're not hiring it out. So it's a private citizen that's going on somebody else's property. That's different than if we do it.
Okay, so then what if Kevin finds somebody that he likes and he sends us a bid and we vote on it and then he's working for us? And so we handle the money and is that
I'll
too
look at
cloudy?
it.
Is that
I'll
too
have to look at
cloudy?
it. Yeah.
Do you think that's reasonable, Kevin, or is that too much? Is that too convoluted?
I can write LaGrange County
Uh,
drainage board to check and you guys do it if that's what you want to go.
Let me look into it.
The only thing
Okay.
I'm gonna argue, and again, I'm not the legal part of it. It's a regulated drain, that's why I'm here. I don't wanna,
He's supposed to be standing
I don't wanna
there.
mess with the landowner right west of it.
Do you have
know, where we're
Kevin's
coming
Right.
from.
Right, yes.
And I
Look
almost
on
hear
the
you
paper.
saying
No,
that
no.
I could take it to shorts regardless if I went ahead, because that's critical. That piece right there is where
It's gotta
my
get
stock
cleaned.
is come in and it's a regulated drain, so what am I gonna do? I'm on the back side of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not here to
No,
poor little me, I'm just saying, look, there's gotta be some place here. And I'm not even worried about 35,000, to be honest with you. I'm worried about getting across that.
Right.
That's why I'm
Mhm.
very clear that you guys are doing the legwork to walk forward. Am I making, you hear my point?
I do. Yep. Let me look into it.
Okay.
I'm good. It's not life or death. We could wait another year, but I don't want to.
I don't blame you.
Get done by here in the next month or two if I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our tile, it's dead. It's just not moving. I mean,
And the issue is, I'll agree that on the tail end of this red portion, there is a stretch there that is going to require some enforcement activity by our office regarding livestock in the ditch and some degradation there. So
Right.
Is that by the culvert?
yes, immediately leading into the culvert on 50 North.
Oh,
Mhm.
on 50 North.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are they hairy cows?
Yeah.
They're what?
Yeah. You haven't seen them yet?
Uh-uh.
Yeah. I'm not sure what breed they are.
I try to stay on the east side of 9 if I can.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh.
Okay. So Kevin, I don't think we can give you a direct answer today. I don't feel like voting on anything without having doing a little more research. But
Mhm.
I definitely see I appreciate your goal and I appreciate where we're going. And is it good enough to the east? Which way does the drain go?
It goes west, north,
Mhm.
flows west and north.
And then it goes north.
Yeah.
So it would be
So the
ideal
east
if we-
doesn't really.
Of the east side of
Yeah.
350 west, I would, that would be the property, I would be the property owner.
Right, but I was thinking it flowed the other way.
No.
So I was gonna say, why don't you go ahead and get started?
I wish it did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have done it. I'd ask for forgiveness. You know, I mean, if there was some problem, but no,
Mhm.
See it, yeah, I
I
see.
happen to be on the wrong end.
Yep.
Yeah. You're on the top end. Yeah.
You need to, it's gotta get cleaned up top so you don't flood anybody out. So they can handle the water.
Because I'm
Yep, I understand. I don't know why I thought it flowed the other way.
even coming out here today, which is, I'm not crying the blues, but on 400 West, where it runs right along 200, you know, it jogs and it shuts, there's like 2 or 3 trees.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
over, right, I mean, it'll flow around, but it's holding.
It's jammed up. Mhm.
It just needs work.
That's all. Along here.
Which makes the case for handing in that maintenance petition.
Right.
Um,
And I sit here before you as a landowner. I hate the petition because I'm being, you know, maintenance stuff and yet, but it's part of life. It's part of landowning. I mean, right or wrong.
Mhm.
So.
Well,
I appreciate the insight. I don't want to take your time.
no, it's okay. You're it.
You hear me where I'm at. I appreciate, Tony, what you brought up.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend $1 if I'm gonna be told I come back in here, oh, well, we can't go across this guy's land. What the heck?
We definitely could if we went through the process of having a public hearing and opening up a maintenance fund, then absolutely got authority. But I'll look into see whether you can do it where you pay the county and the county takes over the project. If there was a maintenance fund that was already established, I had looked at that as an option, but we couldn't find where it was ever established because that was going to be one of my potential avenues, but that is closed because it was never opened.
Nice.
So if,
Certainly, I'll go on record and say, I have no problem paying the county. Up
Right. Gotcha.
to that, you know,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You want to talk about it next month, Tony? Does that give you enough time?
That'll be plenty of time. Yeah, I hate to kick you down the road a month, but I think we're going to have to.
well, I'm available this afternoon.
Figured. I assume so.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Kevin.
Okay,
yeah,
so we're gonna leave it alone, or you wanna table it? So
table it,
gets-
yeah.
So,
Free this afternoon.
we have a motion to table it.
I move to table the H.W. Vaughn cleanout proposal by Kevin Lambright to the March meeting.
Second.
A motion by Zach and a second by Glenn to table H.W. Vaughn cleanout proposal till March 4th. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir. Oh, does March 4th work? Well, if that,
Is it March 4th?
She just told me she wanted to go to Florida that. No, Kurt's in Florida that week, so
Okay.
I'll be home.
she can still go without you.
Yeah, it is March 4th.
Thank you.
Corey?
Yeah, no other old business, I don't think. I think we're gonna push
Catherine?
that to the March meeting as
Any old
well.
business? Anything?
Anything good for the order?
Tony, you got anything?
I don't, not today.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
A motion, a second to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion adjourned. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.
There you go.
Did you in the sound?
No, we haven't.
So that I can book them out this month. I'm ready for that.